Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna talk about Akemtum. We have a guaranteed summon pool for him right now, and maybe you got one, maybe you pulled him in general, and we're gonna talk about him, what makes him so great, because he is actually a great epic, like a really great epic. The base about him is like he makes poison teams way better because of his passive. If you have a hex and a poison on the enemy team, when an enemy takes a turn, they will take one poison damage, like let's say 15,000 damage from one only, not like 4 or 5 poisons from the enemy, just one, and spread the damage across the board, like on all enemies. But the other thing about him is he can just use his passive, like when he does the damage on the enemy team, you will actually have the chance to like land your artifact sets like provoke, stun. You can use lifesteal, so you will every time heal when they take a turn, and that makes him like super amazing because like you have plenty of options with him. And I'm gonna show you a couple ways to use him. I made a couple videos about him already, and maybe you get some ideas out of it and you see why he's so strong and stuff about masteries and stuff. At this point I just don't have an idea what I did right there, but that's not a point of him, really not. You can just use whatever masteries and whatever, you get the same outcome. And yeah, stats on him are like, okay, you need your accuracy, that's really important. Like that's okay, it depends. If you set up the passive with other champions, that's what you can do. You don't need accuracy. But if you just do like his hex skill and stuff on his own, then you of course you need accuracy. So he can place the hex on his own. That's really amazing, and it's the 3 hitter, so it's basically like 100%. And also he can help you like on bosses and stuff, because his A1 is really amazing too. Places poisons, and you can spread some debuffs, kind of luck based if you're lucky, and you can all the time you take one debuff and spread it on the other enemies. It helps, but it's not his main part, because it's kind of unreliable, so I'm not gonna use it. Like his kit is not based around his A1, really not. It's more about his A2, and then somebody else places the poison. So yeah, that was all about the stuff I need to show you right here. So let's go into the videos, because I'm gonna show you where I actually used him and like why he's so amazing. Like first of all, we're gonna take a look at Spider. It's 10, and they can actually do it 3-man with Mithrala, Akemtum, and Painkeeper. That won't be like the only answer. Maybe you can do it 2-man, maybe you can do it solo, but it's just one way how to really use his kit for a nice thing. Maybe you don't know what's happening right here, so I'm gonna explain you. The hex is out there and the poison on the boss. The poison will take a turn, and then he will put one poison damage, and it's a ton of poison damage on the boss, and spread it on those spiderlings because they're under hex. And then they will like die on it because it's so much damage. They die on it at the same time where the boss takes a turn. So, and we get a ton of damage out of every time a spiderling dies, we get a ton of damage. So that's why actually he's working so great in here. And there will a ton of strategies out there, better ones, slower ones, more consistent, less consistent, but you get the point. You can use him in there, and he is amazing. He does his job amazingly good, just for an epic champion. And now we take a look at Dragon. Here he is kind of okay. If you have no other solution and you want to do it like that, you can actually use him in here, and he works great. Like you put a stun set on him, and then you will spread the damage all the time and spread some stuns, and every time they don't even take a turn. There are plenty options, like put him in there, Mithrala in there, they're both like really well working together, Poisoner, and you're good. Like the HP bar, every time they take a turn, it drops immensely. Like not as usual, like on a poison, if you use your Tomb Lord and you place poisons and they take a turn, you don't usually see the HP bar dropping like that. It's all because of Akemtum. And that's what he is actually great in here, in Dragon. He also has a use, like you can use his A1 on the boss over and over and get those poisons out, because he can actually do it. So he helps, and it's all the time better if you have like something that helps on the boss instead just only for the waves. So he has some uses, but not on all bosses. Like Ice Golem, you cannot use his poisons, so you can use them for waves, but for poisons on the boss, it's just actually not working because of immunity. And there we are, and right now, Dragon is like super nice, but it could be faster, to be honest. But he is still a great solution if you like don't have those super OP, overpowered legendary champions, and you want to actually get something done in this game, and you don't have like all options in the world, and you got him in your box. You see what you can do, like amazing stuff, which actually is better than most of other epic champions you can actually use for stuff like that. His kit is really like not much going on. He has 2 skills and a passive, but that is nothing else more needed to make him like a great champion to actually use him. So we are on Dragon. I'm gonna show you a couple seconds of the Dragon run. So those are all videos of mine. Of course, there will be other YouTube content creators, and they do probably better stuff than I do, but I'm just here to give you like a compilation of stuff you can use him, and not just only. Maybe you can use him in Iron Twins. I don't see him over there, but just maybe, you know, but some crazy big brain comes out and does super crazy stuff with him because he's amazing. So if you have one, it is super nice. So on the boss, he does actually do something because of those poisons, but they're like kind of unreliable. Sometimes you go in, the whole A1 does not do any poisons. Sometimes that's happening. So yeah, it is nice, it helps, but it's not his main part. His main part is more based around more enemies than just a single one. So you can actually use his passive, because on a single one it does actually do nothing because there is no damage spread. So we're gonna take a look yet now to Doom Tower. And I made a team like kind of a seer team, which is like super fast, but this is not as fast, of course, as a seer team. But we have control for a turn, and we got poison, and plus his passive, and that actually is okay to do it. So everybody of this champions right here, they only do the main skill one time, and that's it. And yeah, the wave dies. And who else can do that? Like, that's amazing. Of course, if you have poison, explosion, legendary champions, and all the good stuff already, he's not so great. Like, he's slower than your usual stuff, but still, he is amazing for people that actually don't have people like that. So like, look at the HP bar. They just took a turn, but they were stunned. So yeah. At this point, you even can put Akemtum in stun set. I think I have it right here, but then you get even more stuns if they break out and they do another turn or something. But you see what's just happening. I just took him, set him up, and everybody did what they're supposed to do, and you got something out of here, like a really consistent team, if they're not like immune to poisons, or in my team especially, if my stun doesn't land in the one wave. But who cares? I just gonna do the wave again, and the next time I'm gonna beat it. It's just a matter of luck. But if you have that kind of HP, the HP damage outcome, you're like safer than you just put in a bunch of revivers and you do a 5-minute run and then something happens and you die. But if you have damage like that, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna retry it. Those 20-30 seconds more, that doesn't care. So whatever. And the damage is just crazy, and it's all because of him. Of course, we have poisoners in here. They place the poison, and plus his spread, they die in 2 turns. Just the last guy on the wave, they will usually survive a little bit more because they are last, and they will get they don't get as many like spread damage like the other champions, of course. And yeah, here we are doing the wave really nice, like no sweat at all, and that's amazing. Of course, it won't work on all waves, like I said, but yeah, he's amazing. If you have one, just build him and have a little bit fun. Raid is all about having fun, doing stuff your own way, you know. And on the end, he's a great tool to do it. And yeah, that was all about Akemtum. Maybe you want to leave a like on the video, but until the next video, have a nice day.